What is up, Ivy Leaguers? Quick little episode for you today. Just got to give you a little intro into what we got week 4. We already on week 4 of the college football season. It's incredible. All right, week 4 of the college football season. I'm going to break down a couple matchups here for you. First matchup I want to break down Texas Tech versus Utah. Number 17 versus number 16. If I have the rankings correct, it's going to be a heck of a showdown. Big for the Pac-12, or not Pac-12, sorry, not Pac-12. Big 12. I know we all miss the Pac-12 greatly, but big matchup here in the Big 12. Utah, higher ranked team, very physical, has a great defense, looks really good. They have really reimagined themselves this year. I think they're a solid team. They're going to do good things in the Big 12. But then you're going against Texas Tech. And Texas Tech went out and bought the best team money can buy. They kind of took the Ohio State strategy from last year, and they went and they bought themselves some good players. They bought themselves a really good defense. They bought themselves a good offense, high powered, very fast paced. Almost reminds me of a Lane Kiffin style offense. Um, so that was big for them in the offseason. They have reimagined themselves, much like Utah, except they just did it through oil money. Um, and yeah, Texas Tech, they're new, they're different. They're not the same team they have been recently. And I think personally, I think they're going to win this matchup. I think that they are going to be too much for Utah to handle because Utah, I feel like Utah has always been in these situations. I mean, if you look over the past couple, not even couple years, past 5, 6, really 10 years, they've always been up there. They've been that team that maybe they make a run, maybe they do something. And really, they've never been able to get over that hump. They always lose a big game like this game um, to a smaller, not even smaller, just a conference opponent. So I think that Texas Tech pulls it off here. I like Texas Tech in this matchup a lot. I think they're going to be too fast paced for Utah, and I think they're going to pull off a win and become the new Big 12 favorites. Now let's move on to Auburn at Oklahoma. John Mateer, that's his name, right? John Mateer. I just noticed Mateer. Oklahoma quarterback is now the new Heisman favorite after all the crazy quarterback stuff going on recently. But he's a really solid talent. He can do whatever he wants with the ball. He can move. He can throw. Like I said, he can do whatever he wants with the football. And that is big for Oklahoma. Obviously, who'd they knock off? They knocked off Michigan when they played Michigan. Now they play Auburn, and personally, I think Auburn is a better team than Michigan, so they're going to have a much more difficult task at hand. But Auburn, look, Auburn is a Hugh Freeze coach team, okay? And say what you want about Hugh Freeze, he is not the greatest coach I have seen in a long time. He's not great. He's really not. Um, he was kind of a Hail Mary hire for Auburn, I think, and he hasn't turned out well. He hasn't really done anything since he's been at Auburn. Certainly hasn't beat Alabama. Um, he's not. He doesn't do anything. He is not a good coach. He can run a good offense occasionally, but it's only when he recruits, and he doesn't know how to recruit in modern day football. Um, so I don't think Auburn will win this game. I think that it's going to start out close. I think first quarter, second quarter, it might be a one score, two score game, but I think once we come out of halftime, Oklahoma is going to run away with it. I think that Hugh Freeze will be fired from Auburn by the end of the year, if not by the end of next year. He hasn't done anything. He's gone, gone. See ya. Bye. The last game I want to talk about: Florida at Miami. Now this is a sneaky one for Miami. Florida coming off of a rough couple of games. They lost to USF, and then last week they lost to LSU. But something about Florida versus Miami feels special. Miami obviously started off the season crazy hot, if not best team in the country right now. They look good, they look legit, but I think Florida could give them problems. I think if DJ Lagaway can step up and stop throwing the interceptions. I mean, he threw 5 interceptions last week. That is unheard of from a quarterback of his skill. I mean, now to me, I think that's a testament to how good LSU's defense actually is. I think LSU has the best defense in the SEC right now, as of now. Of course, that could change once we get to SEC play, but I think that DJ Lagaway needs to settle down. He's in his head way too much. I mean, he's sitting there, he doesn't know what's going on. So he needs to settle down. Once he settles down, he can start to play again. And if he can settle down, they will be able to give Miami a run for their money. I'm not saying they're going to be able to win, but they will be able to give Miami a run for their money. Miami, though, let's look at Miami. Miami's quarterback, Carson Beck, transfer from Georgia, he looks like a new human being. I mean, he moved to Miami, and all of a sudden he looks like Drew Brees. I mean, he looks good, folks. He looks good. So we're going to see if Florida's defense can do anything to contain that high-powered Miami offense. And personally, I think they will. I think the final score of this game, I think Miami will probably end up winning by 2 scores. But I think it's going to turn out to be a closer game than you'll think. So if you're a betting man, I'd maybe take the under. Take the under maybe, or take Florida. What I don't even know what the spread is, but check it and maybe take Florida. Um, I don't. I think that Miami ends up winning this game just because of how much more talent they seem to have. Not even talent, just of how better coached Miami is. I mean, Mario Cristobal has done a great job at Miami, and Billy Napier has done a horrible job at Florida. So I think that Miami will outcoach them and outplay them in the end, but I think Florida keeps it close for most of the game. Those are the 3 games I wanted to talk to you about today. Bama obviously has a bye week. That's why we didn't talk about them. Next week, big week for us here at Ivy League Sports Podcast. Bama at Georgia. That'll be huge. We're going to do some massive rollout stuff for it. Stay tuned, Ivy Leaguers. Until next time.